the stock market, meaning companies, new highs.
I'm not fucking leaving. The show goes on. They're nuts. They know nothing.
An online network called Internet.
Well, it's very hip to be on the internet right now. Welcome, my degenerates. The rest of your life starts right now on Market Mania. This is the no bullshit approach to all financial markets, from Bitcoin and darknets to political betting, and of course, right here, the largest casino in the world, the U.S. stock market. I'm your host, Brian Micon, financial genius, Bitcoin class of 2011, and a poker player. Joining me are my fellow degens, Brett Ritchie and Matt Glantz. Glantz is a former options specialist, and Brett is the head of Blitzpick. The whole thing is put together by Tony, the producer, and this is Market Mania. Tony, let's get right into it. Crazy day in the markets. Matt Glantz, how the hell is your options fund doing today?
Well, we've had a lot of bad days in the last 6 weeks, I would say, but today we've got a lot of it back. We're up 29% today on the back of Boeing Airlines. So we're having a great day. This is probably the best day of the year so far. What's going on in the Robinhood world there, Brett?
Well, did I hear an airline stock is doing well? You know what that means for the Robinhood traders? Things are good over in the Robinhood world as well. Love travel stocks.
That is about right. The donks pretty much sailed in. You can see a nice list at Robinhood Track, although I think that might have actually all broke. We used to be able to see how many donks on Robinhood are into every stock, and it's fun to sweat it. Top story of the day. Tony, what is it? Oh, more trouble at Nikola. Uh-oh. Upsie. My $700 million deal's in jeopardy because my whole company is a scam. Brett Ritchie, Robinhood guys got to be, I guess, hurt by this news, right?
No,
they
don't like anything
going
down. The secret's
down.
out. The cat is out of the bag. Robinhood is moved on to the next one. They're not holding Nikola. I mean, yeah, a few people out there, but it's not a big thing.
Matt Glantz, what kind of news is this? I mean, they were rolling trucks down the hill, and now, a lot of this recent, pump was based on GM building this thing for a quick $700 million worth of their stock, which is, probably only like $390 million. I mean, what's going on? Is this the death blow?
Here's the thing. I don't believe these rumors that the deal's going to fall through necessarily, because the guy that put together the SPAC that put the investment behind Nikola is an ex-GM guy, big wig at GM, and now he basically took over. They actually ousted Trevor back in June from being the CEO. He was just regulated to being the chairman since then. So this has been an ongoing thing. They also threw his father off the board back then too. So him not being chairman now, him relinquishing his position last week or 2 weeks ago, isn't as big of a difference inside the company as you would think. It's just more of a public image thing. But
I was a chairman once in the past, and when you do get it stripped from you, it does hurt. But like you said, it's not a real position. I mean, it's just like real adults were running the company, at least. I mean, you would assume.
But I just think with this guy, the GM guy that put together the SPAC and is now running the show, that he has ties to GM. They're not going to screw him over, and he's going to make things right by them. So I think eventually this stock will turn around and be a company.
Well, the other thing is this deal that they put together that Trevor, I think, put together is incredibly favorable to GM. It was basically Nikola just giving them everything just so they could get this deal, I think, because they were listed and they knew the stock would pump as a result. So GM really is not taking on a whole lot of risk, even by abiding by the terms of the deal.
I mean, when a deal goes slow, though, that's not a good sign. When it's everybody's all hanging out, ready to go. Let's do the $700 million. I'll build you your truck, and then we'll go ahead and brand it.
So, Mike, on all that said, though, if this deal falls through with GM, it's lights out for Nikola, and there will be no tomorrow. That is true.
Oh, when the scammer's web falls apart. Love to see it. Moving along to other scam types shenanigans news, the KuCoin exchange quick $200 million face shot hack to them. This is obviously just the latest. If anybody's been following the crypto world even half as long as I have, you've just seen exchange after exchange get hacked, an exit scam, an ICO screws up. But the exchange hacks have a specific, I guess, sort of soft spot with a lot of Bitcoin OGs, because this has been going on since the Mt. Gox hack, I don't know, damn near 7 years ago. So this one is crazy. I don't know if you saw this, Brett Ritchie. I know you are a crypto guy yourself, but did you see all these shit coins that the hackers extracted by whatever means from KuCoin? These little projects are freezing them. It's not really decentralized. I mean, it's not really permissionless here, for some of these small projects. Did you see that?
Yeah, I see everyone's taking it. You can either flag them, you can freeze them. Some of them are decentralized, but what's interesting is the hacker was taking them to Uniswap, which we've covered a lot because Uniswap is completely trustless. And they were dumping the coins on Uniswap. What would be really interesting is if they went to another centralized exchange, a BitMEX type of company, short one of the coins, then dump it on Uniswap. There's a lot of shenanigans that these hackers could pull to sort of cleanly profit off of this hack, because these coins are all monitored. So where that these coins are tainted. But now if I just dump all these coins and short it somewhere else, now I have clean profits. So
that's sharp Richie right there. That's a sharp strategy.
That's actually a little too sharp.
That worries me a bit. A guy running.
I just saw it on Twitter. I didn't come up with that myself, but it is
pretty good. Matt Glantz, unregulated shenanigans, crypto assets, too risky even for your blood?
Yeah, I stay away from the coins. I had my spurt with it in 2017 with ICX. Everyone knows, big pump and dump and crash and burn. It didn't work out. Up millions, down a couple 100,000 at the end. Oh well, that's enough for me for coins.
You gotta jump back in and play with the big boys. Some pros even think they can't handle the swings. They won't even play crypto. Even some pros. So anyway, good luck with the KuCoin hack. Oh God, imagine cleaning up a $250 million almost hack, and then some of these shit coins are like, yeah, we'll just freeze it. But then if you got real crypto, then that's just play for keeps. I mean, that's the permissionless, decentralized thing. If you can claw it back, then it's not even real. Anyway, moving along here, we got what's the next one? We got Boeing. Oh, Matt Glantz hit it out of the park. Gave all the Market Mania subs this is not investment advice, hot tip of the day. Matt, take it away. You killed this one.
Today was Boeing last week when it was like 152 or something like that. It's now 167, up $11 today. Big news this week. So Dixon, let's put that story back up, Tony. Dixon. So Stephen Dixon, the guy that runs the FAA, the guy that's in charge. Everyone knows about the Boeing 737 MAX problems last year. This guy, who is a former pilot, wants to fly the plane himself on Wednesday. He's going to go fly a Boeing 737 MAX and give it the okay himself. So basically, it's a lot of confidence. So this guy's going on the plane, going to fly it himself. And the theory is that when he's done that, they're going to get approval to start shipping these planes and letting
I mean, Matt, I've been following this story a long time, and they call him Kicking. They call Stephen Dixon. His nickname is Kicking. He's a total alpha over there at the FAA. Yeah. And he's Stephen Kicking Dixon is what they say. And he's going to go there. He's going to fly that bitch. He's going to buzz the tower just like Top Gun and then stock through the roof. Brett Ritchie, you ever seen a move like that at the FAA? Never seen anything like that.
It's certainly bullish for Boeing. I think that they've got to rebrand this plane, though. I mean, there's no way that this thing goes out as the 737 MAX. I think that people aren't going to want to fly on it. I would be happy to fly on it because you're probably going to get a cheaper deal, right? If half the people are saying, I'm not flying on that. But
no, I don't think anybody's scared.
No, the American public, anyone's scared. They're just
crashed
they don't care.
100 people deaths.
Priceline.com, the flight's 217 out the door. They click buy. They don't realize it's an extra 150 in bag
People
fees.
don't want to fly on the 737 MAX. They're going to rebrand it. I'll bet you that.
bottom 60% of the population doesn't care. They're just
people would rather fly on a 737 Max than fly on some old airplane with one person that had COVID like 6 months ago.
I don't know. I think
People are not rational.
there were multiple complete fatality crashes with this plane that was all over the news. I think people are going to be a little more reluctant than you think.
Yeah, they went back to the drawing board. They re-uploaded the firmware. They flashed the BIOS twice.
I never do. I'm just speculating on what other people do.
All right. Moving along to the biggest headshot victory that we've seen in a long time on that internet. As you know, I'm addicted to Wall Street bets and I browse frequently, and holy crap. This one is out of left field here. Guy flips up. What is it, Tony? What does it look like? 6 million? It's a $6 million upswing on Robinhood. And you guys thought poker was high stakes. Wait till you see the stock market. This
How do you know
that
it's real? How do you know it's not made up?
So obviously everybody thinks that everybody's making up their gains on there. So this guy went for the video of him scrolling through the Robinhood 1 year, which you can kind of do on the fingers and then kind of swipe you down. It looks like a clean screen record. So, you know, you're more likely to believe that. But I'm with you. I'm with you. Still could be fake. But, you know, look at all the upvotes and the rewards that they give you. So I want to believe that some guy flipped it up. You know,
what did he start with, Mike, on?
It's hard to tell because it says negative 600,000 because he'd obviously been pulling money out all the way up. And he, so it looks like he had pulled out, you know, possibly, you know, whatever, 600,000 plus whatever he started with. So, I mean, it's Brett Ritchie. I mean, that's porn, right? That's WSB porn.
I would like to know what he started with too, because there's a lot of those Robinhooders out there. They're starting with a few hundred, a couple thousand. They're looking for that. How do I turn this into 50K, into 150K? Those stories are out there. Sometimes it turns into 6 million. More often than not, it just turns into total dust. But what kind of plays did he hit? I saw something about some Tesla call there. Do you know what he made the money on?
It's unclear. I mean, everyone's going to ask him to post positions, and I don't know. We could dig through the thread. That's, you know, more for you know, for the viewers to do at home, you know, to get the deeper in. But it looked like, I don't know. It's probably some options or some shit, some equities, or I don't know, who the fuck knows. These kids are just, I don't know if you've really seen it. Like, they are savagely sailing it in. I mean, it is savager than the savagest, you know, poker, you know, guys that we remember.
I mean, it's better. See, poker, at least the house takes a rake out. Here, the house, they're pumping money in too, right? So imagine you're playing poker and it's like those bomb pots. Every quarter, there's just extra money in the pot.
What's going on with Biden there, Brett?
So moving along, we have a pump. We have a Biden pump, right? Is this based on Trump taxes and such?
It's like a slight bump. Trump got hit a little. Biden goes up a little bit. Right into the debates, I think there's a little bit of a lid on Biden because the expectations are so low for his debate performance. I think people are reluctant to sort of buy him leading into the debates. But yeah, it wasn't a great day for Trump, but I don't think it matters. Did you follow this tax stuff at all, Matt?
Yeah. So when the tax news hit, or the tax release, the New York Times got his tax release or forms and said he only paid $750 in taxes 1 year when he got elected. So anyway, in that moment, the price on the major exchanges for the election bumped Biden 10 cents. So Trump went down 10 cents from like $1.25 to $1.35. Not that big, but it's come back in. He's only like 4 cents worse than he was yesterday. So the markets haven't moved, but it's all waiting on the debate on Tuesday night. Once we hit that debate, if Biden seems anywhere competent and doesn't kind of fall asleep during the debate, his market's going to skyrocket. You'll see Trump at $1.50 underdog by Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah,
gotta
so
love
I
to
agree
watch
with
these
Matt.
vampires argue.
I agree with Matt on that, but I just don't. I know the bar for Biden is essentially the floor. No one expects him to do anything, and all he has to do is not screw up.
Right. As long
we
as he's
haven't
confident.
seen him get through 10-minute interviews without screwing up, let alone a 2-hour debate.
Yeah,
so I don't.
They're going to blow him up with Adderall. He'll be fine. You know, whatever.
I
gotta prepare
we'll
your
see.
partisan vampires for the great talking debate in front of the Americans. Dystopian American Idol 2020. this is what you've made.
I'm sure they have drugs that we've never even heard of that they could use for these guys now.
Trump wants a drug test. He wants them to be drug tested.
because Biden's going to have some cognitive enhancer.
Let's
and I would
open that to the
Burn
public.
it all down.
Let's
Burn it
go.
all to the ground. Bet on it while it burns. But this is bullshit, ladies and gentlemen. They're arguing about it.
That leads to our next subject, because
to Twitter, you two. Take it to Twitter, both of you.
Yeah.
So Twitter is interesting investment right here. It's like 43.80 right now. And it looks like, this is the time where Twitter shines, when the politics are at their max. And over the next month, especially during election night, I mean, everyone's gonna be on Twitter. That's where you find your news the fastest. So, it's an interesting investment. What do you think from a Robinhood's perspective, Brett? Do you think people will be jumping on this in the next month?
Well, the thing is, so Trump is amazing for Twitter. In my opinion, the stock is probably up maybe $5 extra just based on him. You have this polarizing world figure that loves using Twitter as his means of communication. If Biden wins and he's the favorite now, that goes away. Biden's not going to be out there insulting his enemies on Twitter and doing all this ridiculous stuff. So a buy on Twitter is also, to some extent, buying Trump to win the election. What do you think about that?
I mean, that's maybe a tiny piece, maybe a cute little, not move the needle, rounds to
I don't
zero
think it's that
kind of
small.
thing.
Trump's effect on Twitter is pretty big.
I mean, you guys I'm going to be on there just lighting them up the whole night, just kill your masters. This is, burn it to the ground. I mean, I don't think that really moves the needle, though. This is a worldwide thing. Everybody blasts on Twitter.
I'm with Mike on this one. I don't think Trump moves the needle as far as an investment for Twitter, or as far as the stock price. But I think the overall election is very positive for Twitter.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to short Twitter now. Well, also, I think Trump's going to win, but I wouldn't want to short Twitter leading into the election. But I would be reluctant maybe to go really long if Biden wins.
Well, boys, I think you know what this Mr. Rogers-like wardrobe change signals.
No, we need a macro minute first, Mike. Come on.
All right. It still works.
What are you trying to forget about me? What's going on here?
Bring us home, baby. Bring us home to the macro minute.
I didn't buy this mothership for nothing. I am currently in geosynchronous orbit right over Wall Street. I can see your hat from here, Mycon. It's pretty cool. I just wanted to give you guys the broader picture, because every day we go into these, we see the stock market go up and down, but generally it's going up. It's going up with the Fed pumps, and this doesn't resemble reality or the real American economy in any sense. So I just wanted to give you a quick look at what I'm seeing from way up here, and it ain't pretty, boys. Just remember, this is a blow off top, a Fed pump. The real economy underneath this market doesn't work, and I wanted to show you something quick on the browser. Pull that up here. This new app, I think, says it all. The app is called Civil, CIVVL, and it's like Uber for evictions. So if you've got a place you need evicted, you just go on this Civil app. You've got a bunch of thugs on there. You can call them up. They'll show up and evict that place for you. And I think you're going to start to see a lot more of this, because as we look at the Bureau of Land Bureau of Labor Statistics, they're calculating unemployment right now at about 8.4%, down from 14.7 at the peak of COVID. But there are other ways to count unemployment. I think you might want to go look at shadow stats. They're controversial. Check it out yourself. But they're looking at about a third. And when you consider we never really recovered from 2008, and the government doesn't track these things right, I really think we're looking at about a third of the U.S. unemployed.
Ladies and gentlemen.
We'll see you next time, guys. Have
Tony,
fun.
I see you're frozen on the screen. Gotta love it. Snapping back in. I think that the whole computational. Oh, the safety glasses are on. I think it's the pick of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Pick of the day. Are we back on? We're back on.
We're back on.
We're back on. It's now, the safety glasses are on, and it's time for the Market Mania pick of the day. Matt Glantz, fire out your pick of the day.
Boeing, we already talked about it. It's 166.77. It's already up $11 today. It's been up for a couple of days, but still think it's got a lot of room to go. Wednesday's the day that the FAA pilot is on there. So look for a big jump till then.
Steven kicking dicks in. We're all going to be locked and loaded. We know. We love him. We love that guy around here. Big alpha. Brett Ritchie, hit us with the pick of the day.
I'm buying Trump ahead of the debate. Trading this market now is essentially gambling on the debate. And I don't see Biden making it through. I know it's obvious to most people, but I don't see him making it through 2 hours unscathed. I think Trump is going to win the debate and get a bump afterwards. So get in now.
All right. And I'm still going Nikola short until until most of the meat's off the bone. I'm just going to keep nibbling, going to keep gnawing away at that. I don't know what the price is right now, but
19.
I think 19. Okay. All right. Nikola short 19. Fuck it. Mask off. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I think that does it for today. We really do appreciate you joining us every single day that the markets are open here on Market Mania. And we'd like you to smash that like and subscribe button, just, because, we're just running it up in the early hours here. And I think we all know the world is in a pretty fucked up position right now. But as Rihanna says, pay me what you owe me. Don't act like you forgot. We'll see you tomorrow, if there is a tomorrow. But for now, it's lights out.
I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. I never sleep if I don't have. I never sleep. I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. Time to right the wrong. So your hands in the air if you like the song. If you're going over there, take it twice as long. Last time ain't talking about Tylenol. Oh, I bet you'd like to know. You can come around the way if you're trying to go. If you want to switch lanes for a pot of gold, never domino, out of control. The usual, get mad cause I'm looking at your girl. Switch it up. I do it so much louder than everything you've heard. Everybody heard, got the word that the world wasn't turning. Act like you're in a jury of how we're turning, wow we're turning. Can't lie like Mississippi burning. Don't act like you're in a daze. I imagine look the other way. Couldn't clear space and my mind was afraid of the time. Strobe lights like in the moonlight. I'm in the mood right now, how about tonight? My interview's tight now.